has been, as I said, we have identified the euro to be strong because with all the negative news that's been coming out in the euro, it hasn't broken to the downside. And we have seen also that the yen is weakening. We saw the Swiss is weakening, we saw the yen is weakening, and this has been now a brilliant trade because from last week the 115.63 has been the yen has been working like a charm around the structure points. Look at this. I mean, let me show you the radar screen so I can remind you from last week. Our structure long point is the 115.63. On the short side, our structure short is the 113.60. Okay? This is from last week. Now this week it has closed at 117.42. So if you just took it as a buy from the 115.63, you are up about 200 pips. But if you do the right thing, because you should have shorted it at the 113.60 and the 113.60, your stop is above the 114 and you should reverse. You would actually be long from about the 114, so you're really up or should be up on that trade above 350 pips on that trade. And this is how somebody was asking earlier where to take profits or how to reverse. That is all what you want, is to put your lines and to catch 1 or 2 trades a week. You don't need to trade every single day. You need 1 or 2 good trades a week is sufficient. You take 300 pips or 200 again, and you would see that all in all the yen pairs would be sufficient for you to take the trade, specifically with the euro, because the euro has been part of the news event. So the movement in the euro would be telling a great deal of what is the traders expecting from the euro and what should be happening with the euro. So it's having a pair in such a news event, and then you can see it coming back and trading above the 115.63, which we all know this number by heart. And you see the 115.60 and it's holding at it, you have a pretty decent move right up. This is the 114 buy, and that is so right now this close here, you can see that this is a very strong close. It indicates continuation and strength and buying to the upside. Nobody is being choked on this trade, so it seems to be technically a strong trade to be resuming and continuing to the upside, and it gives us a very nearby sell signal. So we don't want to sell it unless it trades below the 117. And look here, there is the congregation, if you will, of or at around the 117, all of those areas from 117.20 to the 117. You can see all these momentum daily highs and lows. So therefore you don't want to even try to short below that, because it's going to be nothing but noise, even though it might look like 40 pips, but it is noise. You want to get the clarity. So this here is going to be your first short below the 117.05. That is your short below the 117.05. And if you do short it, your stop is going to be here above the 117.20. The chart is telling you where to buy, sell it, where to put your stop. As far as buying it goes, well, it closed at 133. The high is 45. I'll buy it above the 145 because that's what it is. That's I want it to continue, so I'll buy it above the 145. So for the dollar yen, for the euro yen, I'm going to buy it above 117.45, and if I do, my next structure point is the 119.60. But right, guys, we have another technical situation over here. This might be 117.90 or the 118 might be a breakout point. Technically, if you see this, there's your momentum, structure, failure, and it's on its way out. So that could be a breakout point. So I'm not going to use this. It is a short-term structure. So if I'm buying at 45, my structure long is going to be the 117.90. I'm not going to use the 119.60. It's going to be the 117.90. Okay. And on the short side, my short structure is the 115.63 as is. It has changed, and I'm going to go short below 117.05. And if I do, I'm going to place my stop above 117.20, and if I buy it at 117.45, I'm going to place my stop below the 117.20. I'm going to use the 117.20 as a stop on either way. Okay, that is the euro yen.